Welcoming you to the Leela Podcast, a place where you can discover all things Osho Leela. You'll get to meet the community, learn about community life, and listen in as we share about our upcoming events and workshops from the perspective of the facilitators and the attendees, supporting you to find your way to Leela. So hello and welcome to the Leela Podcast. Today I am joined by the wonderful Sangitama alongside Jan Luca. And you may have, if you've already kind of looked at the website, you may have seen that Sangitama's got an event coming up and it's called Healing Vibrations. And really we've kind of come on to let you know a little bit about this event, but also because many of our audience won't know who Sangitama is, we really want to kind of find out a little bit about you, about your connection to Osho Leela, and who is Gian Luca? Who is this divine being sitting next to you? So yeah, so we're going to get into that as the podcast goes on. So first of all, I would love to say just a little bit about my experience of Sangitama, because I've only actually met you once on Zoom. And from what I know of you already is that you are playful, joyful. Your face. I thought there was something wrong with the recording then. You are this beautiful, playful, joyful being. And I felt immediately in your presence, like, wow, I felt your essence. I felt your childlike energy. And for me, that was really, it was a joy in my heart. And I was like, oh, I just love this. I just love this film. And I really want to spend more time with you. So lucky me, I get to do the podcast with you. And yeah, and I know that you have got links. You've already weaved in with Osho Leela and with the Humaniversity, and you're good friends of many of the people here, especially with Tarisha. So I'd love to hear a little bit about you and yeah, your connection to Osho Leela. Lovely.
Yeah, I'm actually, I feel like Osho Leela has been for many, many years my family too, because Humaniversity came every year for trainings. I'm very bad at timing, but it must have been like 15 years or so, So for me, actually, in my heart, it's my extended family. And since many of you living there, or it appears to me like many, because maybe I don't know who's living there, but I just have the feeling I'm coming back to see my friends. And there's Sanjula and there's Bart, and and you are my friend now. We feel very close, rocking the same boat, yeah, kind of thing. And my dear teacher, Dr. Sham Singer, who used to be Osho's doctor as well, when he passed away, at Osho Leela, it was just like the right moment. Tarisha came in and sang with us Sham's song, and afterwards we were just partying, feeling Sham together. So these are all moments you can just have with a family of heart,
Yeah. Totally. And as you're speaking, I'm kind of already thinking about the memories that I've had here in the 2 years. Like we had the Northern Lights coming over the house. I'll have to send you a photo later. It was just like, wow, amazing. And actually holding a funeral as well in Zorba, which was just magical, to be able to do that for somebody that loved Osho Leela so dearly. So all is welcome here, right? The celebration of life and of death and everything else in between. So yeah. And Michael, I keep calling you that, don't I? Gian Luca, you have not been to Osho Leela. So I'd love to know from you, what are you kind of expecting, or like what have you been told?
Okay, and I heard about a lot about the Osho Leela because of course, I met you, Sangitama at the Humaniversity, and I spent a lot of time at the Humaniversity, and so there's a connection with the Osho Leela, and one of my idea in the last years was, okay, I'm very curious, I would love to go there and to see what is going on there, because I heard a lot of stories with about from coming from my friends, because I have friends that spend time there. So when Sangitama invited me to support this workshop, I said, it's like, yeah, of course, there's not not thinking about that. It's just, yeah, of course. And so I'm excited. Really, I'm excited because it
Mhm.
came like an invitation, but was something that was around myself since years, I can say. So here we are.
Yeah. It's nice when it comes through like that, right? The of course. Of
Yeah,
course. And it's
cool.
just like a natural flow. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
This is
it's
the time.
happening. Yeah.
Amazing. And how are you going to be supporting Sangitama, like
Huh.
during the event? What are you going to be doing?
Okay, let's say I would like to say me and Sangitama, we start to work together in the gardening. I remember it was the first time. Yes, I have this memory about gardening together. And then we jump directly into the music because in my life I was a musician. I still am a musician. By the way, I am a psychotherapist now in my life, but the music is something that belongs to my soul, I can say. And so it was a perfect match. We spent a lot of time at the Humaniversity in doing music in every situation, at every time, I remember. And and now we are in this project together. That is a part of this project is the Bliss Mix group band, and we are used to make music. And at the same time, this idea to bring something in this healing process through the music is something that it's another, of course, coming from
Another, of course.
I came from there, and so yeah, so what I think I can put in this process is my being completely open and support the music process and what is around, open the heart through the music and meditation, of course. And
Mm,
yeah,
beautiful. Beautiful. I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah,
Yay.
what I really appreciate is like he also went in deeply into the work and did some workshops with me, so he understands also what I'm doing
yeah,
in the work connected with subconscious and kinesiology, and felt him always very much open to the process. And yeah, that gives me also the a safe feeling that we are going down the
yeah,
same road and we're
yeah,
looking at the same things,
yeah,
and that's wonderful as well. And
Mm.
um, also he is a qigong,
yeah.
Tai,
Tai Chi Chuan, Chi
more
Kung,
Tai Chi,
yeah,
ja, sag ich doch. And he's a teacher, and I like to join always his teachings. It's very beautiful and centered.
Mm, gorgeous.
yeah. Another thing I want to say that's really beautiful. What I really love so much in working with Sangitama is that most of the things that we do together, they are not prepared before. They're
Mm,
just because we are tuned, we are in the process, and they flow just in take a look each other, and then we go, and it works. It works. Yes,
beautiful.
love it.
Yeah, beautiful. I was just actually chatting to Nishok about I don't know if you know Nishok. He's somebody who also does some work here, some Osho meditation retreats and things. And we were just talking about that kind of how when you're kind of improvising in the moment, and you're also bringing in the audience or the people in the group,
Yeah,
and you're kind of like weaving together. There's like a from their energy and
yeah,
yours, and it feeds each other, doesn't it? It's
yeah.
feeding each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how it should be, this whole process, to let it flow. And the more it flows, the more healing vibrations are happening, I think.
Yeah. Can you Sangitama, can you talk into a bit what, why did you choose healing vibrations, and what does that like, how do you live that through your days? because I know that you sing a lot and also do some work with plants. So I'd love to hear a bit in what that looks like in your day-to-day as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, first I want to say, like, really my life started to move into more vibrational work. I'd done very intense body work over years, from dynamic meditation to deep, intense work, which I loved always and makes me very alive. And I also noticed that when I create more stillness and more centeredness, I start to more and more be able to fine tune now. And this fine tuning that brought me to sense these healing vibrations, and also that it's a good thing for myself, that I need that in my life. It is my soul food. These vibrations, to feel them, and actually that's how my soul, really is fed, is nourished, and the light and the love coming in, and it's like it's just a wonderful space. So I want, I had this, okay, this I want to invite into my life more and more. But I understand that it's a process, that I grow into that myself. I cannot say, oh, now I changed my day schedule and now I have a different life. No, things need to kind of organically become part of me, but I need to kind of feel it more and more and allow it. And then the right things come to me. And so, I started to sing every day. I have a singing circle in the morning, and I love it. It's a group of people who just appreciate to kind of get this half hour, to get this Buddha smile from all within, and say, oh yeah, it's about love today, And that's for me what it is. I wake up and it's about love today. Love, love, love. That's it, And then when I feel that, then somehow things happen anyway, the way they want to happen. that's, that's what it is. And then the healing vibrations, they create that the right things come to me that I need to learn and I need to deal with. Some things are nice, some are not so nice, but I learn to integrate them and understand them from a learning level. And that's so exciting. I've found out that plants are coming into my life because they have a frequency that we cannot hear, but it is feelable. And a certain device, we can hear those plants. And I've had wonderful times, listening to the plant, and actually then to kind of tune into that and imagine much better how their sensitive life is, and that we as humans, we nourish them with their attention, with the love, and they give back how they see it, and they're like so much more connected, through nature. That's wonderful. Like, their connection probably is all the time. Like, if we sing the Gayatri mantra, we start to reach out and connect with the whole world. But those plants, they have it all the time, and they're kind of like, it's funny to see this human. I cannot hop around, so I understand that they see themselves like more individual and not connected, because they're also off the grounds with every step, but and they move around, and they love it. They really love it. When I come home, my plant is like as if she's telling me, oh, hey, that's how it was when I was sitting here by myself waiting for you.
get it all the time. I love it. You're making me like really excited, and like I remember the first time I kind of found out about like plants, how how powerful, like, and how much they take in and stuff. It was through an IKEA advert, and a they'd put one plant. They had two plants, and they had a group of school children, and they'd put on this one plant, like, I think they put like the word hate, and they had to speak. The kids had spoken into this recorder like nasty bullying words, and they'd put this recorder on that plant, and then on another part they put love, and they spoke into like loving, kind, beautiful words, and they left the two plants. They looked after the plants, gave them the same light, everything, the same conditions, and obviously the one with all the hate and the bullying died, and the other one thrived. And it was a real kind of like the idea of it was to show kids what happens when you bully other children, you know, that whole dying inside, and how actually we're kind and generous and loving and appreciative, how we thrive. And for me it was just like light bulb moment, you know, like, wow, that's so powerful for those children to feel that, but also like, gosh, plants, you know. And you go down the rabbit hole, don't you, and you start to kind of see and realize that we need to talk to our plants and give them love and appreciation, and it's quite amazing, you know.
It's what this is what you describe is really wonderful, and it's something that Emoto, the guy that froze the water, you know, he started off this experiment, but he did three things. One, he gave hate to the rice. He had rice. Then rice he totally ignored, and one he was very loving. And then, you know, the kids were completely shocked that the rice that was ignored was really the one that was the most stinky kind of thing, you know.
Deteriorated, and
and they were very shocked. And it's beautiful to hear that you actually made the experience that in your school in England this is
this was an IKEA advert.
an IKEA advert.
I'll send it to you afterwards. Honestly, I was like, wow, this is like really profound, like wisdom.
Well, they're very advanced, and I love this insights that come by watching, really seeing what happens to plants. And here I have the UFO plant, and I just looked at it. I hadn't planned it, but a plant you don't have to plan. So I have the device, and you just can hear some sounds.
Can you bring it slightly closer, Sangitama?
Yeah, I didn't put it to the.
I can hear it. I can hear it a little bit.
But she's. The thing is, she's a little bit shy in this moment. Yes, you are. Well,
I love it. It's
awesome, a bit of
isn't it? Singing.
She has a bit of an out of this world thing, and I let her run a bit. Maybe she'll be kind of more talkative at some point. But this
talkative, this is interesting. It's nice.
Sometimes when she gets also a bit shy, I must say.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? I've experienced this before, and I've seen it on your Instagram as well. And it's just amazing the sounds that sound is coming from the plant.
Yes, and the effect on the body is very relaxing, and you can kind of in your imagination you can sink into the ground and feel the life of a plant, the energy body of a plant. And as we speak, you can hear that the plant starts to open up. Can you hear it? Now she's really like, she just likes this, not so much, oh, I give you attention, but this, when we tune in together with each other, then she floats, then she opens up, then she's singing this space that we can sense together and this connection that we have. And it's wonderful in the workshops to have people experience it, and sometimes also experimenting, like, how is it when I come closer? How would it be when I sing to the plant? You know, all of these kind of experiences, because you have no reference. You know, it's like when I say hello to you, there's to 90% you will say hello back, but with a plant, you know, there is no hello. It's always like,
Loving that we're talking.
hey, so nice, oh, what you say? Yeah, I can relate to that.
I can relate to in this podcasting.
I like podcasts. Do we do? Yeah, it's really like.
Yay! I'm happy that the plant likes the podcast.
But can you hear it? I mean, we're talking about frequencies.
Yeah.
Plant started in a very low frequency, you know.
And it's coming up and up and up.
And then when there is a certain space, a light space, also her sounds become higher and lighter. You know, it's something that you cannot explain technically, because what happens technically is I just apply two electrodes, one into the ground, one to the leaf, and this circuit that is made in this connection, yeah, takes the frequencies of the water that the plant takes up.
Yeah.
There's so much more happening in this, you know. Now
Sure.
what is she doing, you know? Is it all connected to the water? Yeah,
Amazing.
it's so much to explore and to wonder, and this feeling of wonder, for me, it's like it brings me back in a wondrous child space, you know. And I love that space, because we forget in our daily life to live that space. But actually, if we just meditate with a plant like this, connecting with her every day for just 15 minutes, we'll start to see also in daily life much more these moments that are wondrous in our lives. They are there, but we don't we are not able to see them like that, because we see our time schedule and we see this and that, and our head is analyzing everything, you know. And in that way, I think a plant meditation is bringing out our wondrous, spontaneous child much more, and that's really a plus for everyone.
Yeah, totally. And as you're kind of speaking, I'm feeling like more spaciousness in my body, because it's that kind of feeling of like, kind of, you know, we're all walking each other home, right? And we're just kind of reminding each other, reminding, and it's like, oh yeah, it's really good to meditate. Oh yeah, it's really good to be connected to nature. Like, and immediately the body starts to kind of drop. And it's like, yeah, wow, the world is wondrous. Just the pot plant next to us is wondrous. It's a growing thing, you know. So yeah, so thank you. And I think that's what, like, as we think about healing vibrations, we kind of called it a retreat, didn't we? And it's a it's a nice little cute weekend retreat. We're talking about how maybe next time we'll make it longer. But this is a really lovely space for people to come and to drop into that, right? They're going to be dropping into the vibrational field where you're going to be bringing. And can you just talk a little bit, Sangitama, into what, because I know there's going to be singing and we know there's going to be plants. And what else is there going to be? What other things can people kind of expect to experience?
Yeah, we have been actually, he has been asking that question, and what was for me important is that, you know, I told you in the beginning about this step over that I had through the strong emotional work that I did, and I really got a good sense of what body memory and body feelings are. And for me, healing vibrations go through the body. You can't bypass the body. In fact, that's our antenna. That's our communication station. That's what it's all about. So it's yeah. I just really didn't get it together to just bypass of that and just sit there and meditate and imagine peace or whatever. You know, I had to bring in my whole body into these experiences, and so it goes also through vibrations of the body, and to a certain body flow that happens when we remove and let go of blockages, burdens, and things like that. Doing gentle exercises where we can bring in our sense for the body and actually fine tune and sense and feel where there are blockages. And sometimes we can sing that and ask these blockages to be removed. There are mantras that will do that. There are even mantras that can remove conditions that we have taken on from others, and they just through different vibrations they can, like, you know, shake it all out of our body, and it's wonderful, and I can sense that in my body. That's why I had this trust that if I include body and singing, that I have a experience which I really is not coming from my head, but I can sense it, and then I know that that's for me real, that's sensible, feelable.
Yeah.
So some awareness, body awareness exercises are very important in this experience for me. So what is important for me and what I would like to pass it also on to others. Of
Yeah.
course, yeah, it's important.
Share it around.
Yeah, I'm smiling because while Sangitama was speaking, I was already in the process. I felt myself in that feel already. Like, okay, there is something that started vibrating inside, and okay, no. So I was in this process. They say, okay, there we will go in this space, and was an inner body space. It was not about something that I was thinking about. I was really feeling what she was talking about, and
Totally. Yeah, I'm totally with you as well, Gianluca. It's the resonance, isn't it? It's the kind of like bringing ourselves back into the body.
Yes, and I was like, hey, yeah, if there are all these different frequencies, you know, then there must be a chart, because there are charts that give frequencies for colors and for light. And so I was like, is there actually a chart for emotional frequencies?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is. It is. It exists. So,
Yeah.
you know, it starts like in the cellar with feelings like shame, guilt, grief. You know, you kind of like you loosen them, and then you go to the next layers, and the next layers go then up via fear, desires, anger, pride. Somehow, yeah, I don't think you should skip any of these and say, oh, well, anger, no, not really, or hey, desire. I think past life I have dealt with it. I'm not having.
I'm not angry.
No, not at all.
No,
What are you
not
talking
this
about?
lifetime.
Not me.
And going through those and really learning that, oh yeah, I have that too, and welcoming it and taking it, so that I can recognize when I'm in that space, and recognizing it, seeing who I am, gives me, and that brings us to the next level, the courage to be ourselves, and then technically we are at frequency level 200. Before it was 20. Now, according to the chart, I'm saying this. Now we are at level 200, and we have the willingness, and we starting to get ready to see who we truly are. Now, and that brings us slowly to understand that we can take in all parts of ourselves and accept more and more who we are, and then some transformation happens. Yeah, here it's written, huh? Yeah, yes. No, so and being in that field of understanding and acceptance will bring us to the self-love.
I can hear it. It's vibrations going up.
Yeah, and the self-love, for me, it's just like, it's maybe not the highest frequency here, but I love it very much. I like to hang out there a lot. This joy, all the levels of joy. That's really my favorite place.
Yeah, I know. It's a nice place to stay.
It's a nice
Stay a
place
bit
to
longer.
be,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious if there's kind of anything that you kind of want to wrap the podcast up with, like whether it's information or whether it's just something coming through you, whatever you feel to bring.
Yeah. Just for me, I wanted to just say, like, to do this kind of work, which brings me back to myself, is really wonderful. And also to acknowledge that all of that gives, this is a connection to my, to that part which I call divine, which belongs to the universe, which belongs to the love field, and which opens up such a depth in which we can just allow to bring whatever is there in our hearts and just offer it from and let go on so many level, and create this deep level of trust. That must be a high frequency, although it wasn't on the chart, but I see the yeah. And in this trust field, and I love these mantras, and also the songs that Tarisha has written. They are really wonderful. So I feel also really looking forward to work together with her, and let us be surprised what flows out of her in that way. Also to really sing some mantras together, like the Gayatri mantra, that just also, creates a very special field if you sing it over a longer time, like half an hour or some, really going deeper into these frequencies, and they create like circles, and then we connect through that together, and I'm kind of looking forward to this kind of experiences also with the group, you know. So it's like, yeah, finding out what I need, but then bringing it up to another level and just offer what, or let go of whatever, you know, offer, receive, but we don't know anymore at that level. But it's, you know what we know what it's, yeah.
Whoever
So,
wants to come through you.
yeah, it's, I, I think that the songs that we will be singing will bring us in a wonderful space as well, and and that yeah, I also find the Agnihotra ritual wonderful for sunset.
Mhm.
It's very special experience I like to share with the group if possible. And so, yeah, I think, and I'm curious what they will experience in there. You know, I can share about my experience and what the ritual is all about and stuff, but yeah, in my heart, I'm really love that we can share things together and find out and be curious and yeah, trigger and nourish in each other this part that is just curious about life, you know, and wants to explore more about life, and has this thirst for sharing it and the love that is within us. And so yeah, that's what is important, I think, to understand for in my heart what it's for me about. And I'm so happy to have such wonderful support there from Tarisha, from Gian Luca, who is just understanding things as well from this deeper level. And also Amrita is going to come. She's been really such a good friend and a wonderful body worker, yoga teacher, also with a lot of serenity to bring things forward into the body. So yeah, it's just
Yummy.
mm,
It sounds yummy.
yeah.
Yummy and delicious, and yeah, in the body and friendship, and yeah, there'll be lots of magic created, I'm sure. Well, thank you, and I will see you not long now. It's coming on, isn't it? It's going to be in October, so I'm looking forward to meeting you both and introducing
I look
you,
forward to see
We
you
look
Gian
too.
forward.
Luca, to Osho Leela.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about, yeah.
Yay, love it. We love introducing new people to Osho Leela, so you're very welcome. And yeah, be gorgeous to meet you both, and see you then.
Yeah.
Yay! See
Bye
you.
bye.
I forgot to say, if you're watching and you're interested, then all the information will be below in the comments below, where you can book the event. You can find out about Osho Leela. You can find out more about Sangitama, and yeah, see you soon.